Okay, so is this TF2's last chance at becoming a bigger esport or a bigger game in general? Let's find out. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing matchmaking. That is the main topic of this video. This is the big topic around TF2 at the moment. Everyone who has played TF2 has stopped playing TF2. I've watched a few streams and all that, and they have said matchmaking is something that's going to get them back into the game, hopefully for a very long time or a short time, depending if Valve do it right. Now, one of the big thing is, will TF2 grow as a game? Yes, it will grow as a game in my opinion, because it'll bring progression into the game. As it stands right now, TF2 is about 9 years old. Right, let's say it's 9 years old. There has been no progression in this game at all. You'd hop into a pub and just play around for about an hour or so. And Valve even stated TF2 as a fun game to hop in with your friends and all that, and then hop out and play another game. Now, as time went on, games started to get a bit bigger and a bit more competitive like, and TF2 has been this sort of background game for just pubs and just to relax and have a good time. But only now has Valve realized that TF2 has a competitive community behind it. And this has always had a competitive community behind it, but Valve haven't backed it at all. They didn't really care for it. They didn't think TF2 was a competitive game, which it is in my opinion. It can be a very good competitive game because of the way it is made. And Valve are finally seeing that as of now. So in my opinion, TF2 will grow as a whole because it'll bring meaning to play Team Fortress 2. You'll actually be playing to achieve something, not just playing to waste time and then go on to another game like Valve stated TF2 as. So now the next question is, well, it's not even a question. Valve needs to not only do matchmaking correctly, but also support TF2 after it finally releases out of beta. Now that is a big question here, because Valve, they are doing everything right, you know, as of now. I'm going to put a lot of links down below, go check it out, screenshots and whatnot of matchmaking up to date from when this video releases, so screenshots of how it looks and whatnot, and go check that out down in the description. But when matchmaking releases, Valve cannot just say, we have released competitive matchmaking, that's it, we're done, we're just going to keep pumping out like Tough Break update, Gunmetal update, just some campaigns and all that. They can't do that. They have to also support competitive TF2. They're putting out a competitive matchmaking system, that is great. The competitive scene will grow from this. Everyone will be aware of competitive, you know, and as of now, not many people are aware of it. They barely get any viewers on grand finals and all that compared to Counter-Strike and Dota. Valve has also stated that they will be pushing TF2 as an esport after this happens. So, when matchmaking comes out, they will be eventually pushing TF2 as an esport, and it is what it needs. TF2 needs to become a bigger esport for it to be noticed and all that, because people know what TF2 is. It's just that not many people can make a living off TF2 as of now, before matchmaking even comes out, because there's no money into the game. Valve do not support TF2. It's all community funded pretty much, and all the prize pools are about, let's say, 20,000, and the minimum for CSGO prize pools is $1 million. Not 1,000, not 100,000, $1 million of prize pools from Valve. Valve, the actual developer of the game, is actually putting in $1 million for prize pools for CSGO. Now, if that happens for TF2, I can almost guarantee you everyone will be going crazy and all that. The community will be growing together, because people will be able to make a living off TF2. They'll be like, we have a chance to make $1 million off playing this game. Why wouldn't we give it a go to see how far we can go? Now that'll bring in heaps of people and viewerships and sponsorships, people sponsoring competitive TF2. CSGO players can make a living off TF2. So many people have tried to make a living off TF2, but it is very, very hard. Banny is one of the only people I know in competitive TF2, or maybe Mailer as well, that actually do a living off TF2, but barely scraping by. They aren't really living comfortably like these CSGO players. I don't know their whole financial issues, the CSGO players, but from winning that amount of money, you distribute in the team and you'll make a lot of money. You know, you just keep winning. If you've got a good team behind you, like Fryotech, if they stayed together, that would have been fantastic for them to make a lot of money if they stayed together. Now, just because the Fryotech team disbanded doesn't mean that they'll be coming up again, which they have right now. There have been a lot of players coming into the game now because they've heard of competitive and whatnot, so it doesn't matter. People leave, that doesn't matter. More people will be coming into the game and getting better at the game. That's what matters. And as long as Valve support competitive TF2, it can go pretty far for a 9-year-old game. Also, one thing before this video ends is I want to state something here, please. If the community doesn't support competitive, TF2 will not grow. And by that I mean Valve has taken the 6v6 format to use, and let's say they do not use the old meta of 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, 1 demo and 1 medic. Us as the community must take that on board and tag along with what Valve thinks is best for the game. because after all, they are the developers of the game and we are all here for the ride to see what happens, but nothing will happen if we decide not to play and support competitive. Valve is trying something good here, and if we give good feedback to them and whatnot, their game will grow, but the question will remain, are we ready for a change in competitive? We'll have to see.